Hello, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Thanks for joining today. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody, whether you're in a relationship or hopeful. Or, yeah, let me know. What are you guys doing for Valentine's Day? I did post this the other day as a question in the community post section. You can find that if you go to my YouTube channel, and you will see one of the tabs is community. And in there, I try to, oh, I didn't post anything today. Good reminder. I don't think I did, anyways. Um, what you will see on there is different questions and posts and surveys and stuff like that, as well as some fun trivia. And I did post the other day to inquire about what you guys thought of Valentine's Day and whether or not you were a participant or whether or not you just thought it was sort of a commercialized marketing scheme that you weren't planning to participate in. Let me know. I'm curious what you think on that. But at any rate, I'm up for Valentine's Day and presents purchased, pre-purchased, so I'm good to go. And yeah, today we're going to talk about some romantic stuff, some romantic resorts, as well as some fun stuff that you can do that is not going to cost you anything, or maybe just a little bit, but some fun romantic things that you can do, whether you are planning on taking a trip for Valentine's Day or whether it's any other day of the year, whether you're celebrating your anniversary or a special occasion, or you just want to do something romantic, because it's the little things, right? So I want to talk first about the romantic resorts. I mean, there's a million resorts out there, and to a certain extent, they're all kind of romantic. Um, but if you were planning on going somewhere for a honeymoon or for your anniversary or just somewhere that's maybe going to spark up the fun, then there are some resorts that do stand out a little bit more. I will say that I have got a couple of Secrets properties here. And just Secrets as a brand is adults only. They are located throughout the Caribbean. They are there's several in Mexico, from Cabo to Puerto Vallarta to Huatulco, as well as Cancun, Mayan Riviera, plenty all over there, as well as Dominican Republic and Jamaica. And in general, I would like to say that if you're going to the Dominican and you're looking for a romantic area, I would say hands down that Cap Cana is the place for you to go. You can check out any of my videos for that, but Secrets Cap Cana, actually I've been to all three: Secrets Cap Cana, Hyatt Zilara Cap Cana, as well as Sanctuary Cap Cana, and they're all very beautiful resorts. And I think when I think of romantic resorts, I mean, part of it is a resort that I find beautiful to the eye. Beautiful beaches, these palm trees, aesthetically quite nice. I love the Hyatt. I wouldn't necessarily call the Hyatt Zilara a romantic hotel, simply because it is more slightly modern. I mean, it's a brand new property, slightly modern and uh, more clean lines, if you will, with their aesthetics, which I really like. I don't think it's particularly romantic, but they are not so much for the rich mahogany wood, the likes of what we used to see with all of the Ryu properties. So they are more into the modern styling, which serves its purpose, but it just, to me, doesn't strike me as being that romantic style. So the first resort I want to talk about a little bit is the Secrets Acamal Resort. So this is an overview of the main lobby area, lovely palm tree area, the beach. You can see it a bit better in this one. The beach is absolutely spectacular here, absolutely breathtaking. It is beautiful white sand, powdery soft. It rivals Cancun, and you may have read recently that Tulum has actually been highlighted as one of the best beaches in Mexico. And it's true. It is very, very nice in that area. And the kind of cool thing with Ecamel too is that you can actually just walk straight out from the water and or from the beach. You can walk into the water and you can snorkel um, with turtles, with what do you call them? Untamed, if you will. So that part of it is very beautiful, but also they've tried to go for the Five Diamonds Awards, and I believe that they have captured it. I know when they first built the resort, one of the things with Five Diamonds, and we've talked about the diamond levels and the star levels before, but one of the things for the criteria for diamonds is to have an interesting and wide variety of usage of different elements and materials. So, for example, in the lobby, you're going to have tile floors, you're going to have marble accents, you're going to have other, different materials in use. And the second you walk into this property, it just feels like, wow, just like I said, just eye candy completely. This is a picture of the spa. So, it overall really does have that romantic look and feel about it. Even the pools, which you wouldn't necessarily think the pools would be romantic, but I mean, that's pretty cozy, right? Especially love those two-seater, the private lounge beds. Those are just great for lounging out on. I mean, who doesn't love a king size bed, right? And all the beds are super comfortable too. That doesn't hurt. And of course, with Secrets, they've got all the basic criteria of no wristbands required, no advanced reservations for dinner reservations, unlimited a la carte dining. You can have breakfast. You can have your appetizer at one restaurant, your main course at another, and then dessert somewhere else to finish off the evening. They have top shelf alcohol. And I mean, they really kind of have everything that you need. So overall, Secrets at Camel, so where that is located is about, we're talking about an hour and a half to 2 hours south of Cancun. So this is an area too where this would be one to consider. Christine, I don't know if you're watching today, but you had talked about not necessarily having been to the southern area anywhere south of Playa del Carmen before, because you didn't want that long drive. And certainly if you're only going for a quick weekend trip, to cut out not only the flying time, but then if you're adding on a couple hours for transfer time, that's really starting to eat into your vacation. So this is where flying into Tulum can really cut that down, because from Tulum, that would be maybe a half an hour drive. So that makes it really accessible. But like I said, very romantic resort, beautiful, well-appointed rooms, beautiful pool area, and spectacular beach. I mean, literally spectacular. So yeah, I would definitely say that's definitely one to check out. Another one that I really love, and this is one of the beaches that's been regularly voted some of the best in Mexico. This is Secrets Maroma Resort. It is one of their larger properties, but that beach is just amazing. I have walked along that beach. Certainly you can walk south for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And you can just keep on going. It's beautiful, soft beach. The water is crystal clear. And what I don't have pictures of is what's kind of a fun element to that property. Again, it's adults only. With Secrets Maroma, they have a bunch of, I don't know what better way to say this, but almost like PlayStations, and not like the official video game version, but they've got a basketball area where it's more to set up for the activities folks, where they would do, challenges or something like this. They've just got like different little areas where, if you grew up playing, card games or other games with your family, then as an adult, you still appreciate that kind of thing. And this is a resort that's it really it caters to the kid at heart, as well as being very romantic. So this is a view of, again, the pool area, very beautiful with the, natural rocks and the palm trees in the background. This is another one of the pool. Obviously, when they do these pictures, these are official pictures. So they do make it look absolutely pristine. And we know it won't exactly look like that when we get there, but it's pretty darn close. And then this is a view of the fire pits. So, that's quite a nice addition. And always an enjoyable thing, grab a glass of wine and just sit by the fire in the evening. Even though it's Mexico and it's not like you need the fire to keep warm, but just sitting in front of an open flame is always quite romantic and nice. So that's Secrets of Maroma. Again, that one is located about half an hour, 40 minutes from Cancun Airport. So again, we're on the east coast of Mexico. It's on Maroma Beach, which, as I say, is just absolutely stunning. And it is also north of Playa del Carmen. So just for reference sake. Again, like I said, about 40 minutes from Cancun Airport. So you're still close enough to Playa del Carmen or Cancun that if you are, I was going to say younger, but that doesn't necessarily exclude other people from dancing. But if you want to go out and hit Coco Bongo or find a disco or find a nice restaurant or anything like that, it's an easy taxi ride away. So definitely another one to check out. And the other one that I wanted to mention to you, and I've only got a couple of pictures of this, is the Santos Finisterre Resort. So in this picture, you can see one of the rooftop terrace areas. This is where they would have the evening entertainment, as well as there's a coffee shop there that has amazing cupcakes and donuts and other sweet treats. They also do sandwiches and stuff like that. So pro tip, if you're going fishing, you want to pick up a sandwich from there the day before you go. And always, like, doesn't matter what I do, I've always got little Valentine's hearts. Happy Valentine's Day. But I always travel with Ziploc bags, because whether it's you're looking for a sandwich because you might get hungry later, or you get some treats in the room that you don't want to just go to waste and you want to put them in the fridge so that they're not attracting bugs and stuff. A couple of Ziploc bags take zero space in your bags. So, and they're also effective at the end of the trip if you are flying out later in the day and you want to enjoy a little swim before you head out, then Ziploc bags are a perfect way to deal with a wet bathing suit. And in case you don't know, most resorts will offer you a hospitality room. Personally, I always ask the day of or the day before if they might have a late checkout available. Really going to come down to the occupancy of the property, as well as how many people are checking in that day, how many people are checking out. And but if it's available, they'll allow that. Alternatively, they usually have a hospitality room where you can go and have a quick shower, freshen up, and get changed before you head off to the airport. So as I say, this property, this is overlooking the marina. This is in, helpful to know where it is. This is in Cabo San Lucas. So we're overlooking the marina. This is where you see all the fishing boats coming in and out every day. There's always stuff going on. So if you like to have a nice view and watch things, this is perfect. And then on the other side, and this is where this is where the this is the view from the buffet, if you can believe that. So pretty amazing. Again, overlooking the marina down below. And the other thing I really love about this resort is that it is very walkable. So basically just walk straight down from the hotel, and you're at the marina, so you can access all the different restaurants and stuff like that. This property is built into the hillside. Cabo, of course, is very arid, desert-like. So you do have, all of that built into the property. It's built into the hillside, and I don't have a very good shot of that. But basically, you come into the resort, you go up into the hillside, and it's kind of been carved out of the hillside, out of the rock. And the most basic view rooms, and I'll put a link to my video of the room below, but I've stayed at this property at least 5, maybe 6 times, maybe 7. Um, and once I was given a free upgrade because I was only there for one night. Um, but it was amazing room. But most of the time I've been just in the most basic room. And unlike most other resorts, the most basic room has spectacular ocean views. If you're there from December plus or minus to February, March plus or minus, that's whale watching season. So you always want to take your binoculars, and it's gonna have like the basic rooms have just the most amazing view. Of course, you can upgrade if you prefer, but the architecture of the resort built into the hillside the way it is and sort of built up, to me, I find it very romantic. Again, looking at that view of that terrace, you can just imagine having a coffee or a glass of champagne, sitting there enjoying the view, and yeah, it's one of my favorite properties. What's interesting is in this one's a better picture. With this one, I'd note like my pointer's not going to work, but the building that you can see across the marina, that is actually Breathless Cabo San Lucas. And that is one of the few resorts in the Cabo area which has a swimmable beach. It's on Medano Beach. Um, would I find that resort romantic? I mean, it is adults only. It's part of the Secrets chain, so the quality is there. Um, but because of its location, it is right where the marina is. So the rooms kind of overlook the fishing boats. So that's one side that is a challenge to it. On the positive side, it's got some really beautiful pools, and you can see the cruise ships coming in. That's quite nice. And lots of different dining options. The best thing about it is location because, again, you've got that swimmable beach. And secondly, if you enjoy walking into town, you literally walk out of the hotel and boom, you're at the marina and you're walking on the walkway that goes around the marina. So you've got lots of bars and other options available to you. So those are my top three romantic resorts if you are considering a honeymoon or anniversary or just a romantic getaway. I would highly recommend those. So that's Secrets Acamel, Secrets Maroma, and Sandos Finisterre. Not necessarily in that order. And of course, if you've got a slightly elevated budget, then another option, and I didn't grab pictures of this, is LeBlanc in Los Cabos. And so LeBlanc is in the corridor, so it's about halfway between Cabo San Lucas and San Jose del Cabo. It is a much more upscale resort, and you'll find that the prices are correspondingly higher. But I mean, you get a butler there's a butler on every floor, and there's tons of dining options. And they do some really cool stuff. Like they will come around to your seat while you're lounging by the pool, and they'll bring out some cucumbers, they'll put them over your eyes, a nice cool towel, and they'll give you a quick little massage, which, a little face massage, shoulder massage, this is all included. So that part's really cool. And then also they have chocolates and stuff like that at their coffee shop. So it's not just the regular, sort of stale donuts that all taste the same, as well as other pastries. They also have proper decadent chocolates. So this is kind of a nice thing and, an elevated experience that you're going to find. Now, the other things that you can do if you're going to a resort, and if it is a special occasion, if you're just going for a romantic getaway and it's not an event, an anniversary or a birthday or your honeymoon, then likelihood of getting freebies. Here's the thing: if you don't ask, you don't get. So always ask, when you get to a resort, and look, whether you're on a romantic getaway or a girlfriend getaway, or you're just going on a solo trip to get away from, rain and snow and work and everything. Always, always, when you get to your check-in, when you get to the hotel, ask if any upgrades are available. And you're not necessarily asking if these are free. I personally have a tough time saying, "Hey, can you give me a free upgrade?" That just sounds too icky. But asking if any upgrades are available doesn't I mean, of course, you want it to be free, but they can easily respond to that and say, well, yes, Ms. Turner, you have booked a junior suite garden view room. Not that I ever wanted to book ocean view, but if I did, and they might say, yes, we have ocean view available, or we have this type available, a suite, for example, and it would cost you this much per night to upgrade. And sometimes I have upgraded and it's been 100% worth it. And other times it's just, is it really worth it? Eh. But here's the thing, the hotel, unlike a plane, where they're booting people into first class or business class or whatever their middle class is, resorts tend to be less revenue conscious of the upgrades. If they don't have the rooms booked, they are more likely to, again, everybody is so driven by those TripAdvisor reviews. And I think they're such garbage. I know that they're garbage because there's been so many lawsuits about them where people are writing fake reviews. Lots of resorts incentivize their employees to write fake reviews or to write bad reviews of neighboring hotels that are giving them competition. So I don't buy into all that, but the hotel, and there's some marketing and ad cost reasons behind some of this stuff, but they're so beholden to those reviews that they are more likely to give you a better upgrade or a free upgrade, or at least offer you a discounted upgrade because they know that's going to make you happier and perhaps improve your experience. So number one, always, always, always ask if you can upgrade. Probably just jinx myself and for the rest of the year I won't get any upgrades, but who knows, fingers crossed, right? And the other thing is, when you are, obviously I would encourage you to use a travel agent for all travels. But if you're a do-it-yourselfer, there's certainly those are out there, then make sure that when you make your reservation, depending on how you're booking it, if you're booking it direct through the hotel, you can also tag your reservation as being for an anniversary or a honeymoon. Anniversary is difficult to prove. Birthdays, yeah, get your idea. You have to use your passport to check into the resort, so they're going to know if you're lying or not. Anniversary, but and honeymoon, if you want any honeymoon freebies, and those are available, but a lot of resorts have twigged into this and they are charging for honeymoon packages and stuff like that. But you're probably going to have to show your wedding certificate, so do be mindful of that. But the honeymoon stuff or the anniversary stuff is a little bit less. They're not going to check it. And I'm not encouraging anyone to lie about this stuff, but I'm just saying that you're not going to have to prove it. But certainly, that's something that you can do when you book your trip. Though, if you're doing it on your own and you're booking it direct through the hotel, make sure that you mark the file and mark your reservation and add in comments that it's a special occasion. If it's a resort that has some rooms with 2 beds and some rooms with 1 bed, probably going to want to mention it's a special romantic vacation and you want 1 bed, unless the person snores that you're with and you really want the 2 beds. But you want to make note of this stuff. Of course, if you're booking through a travel agent, they will remark your file and make sure that the hotel knows, and probably have told them multiple times that it's your honeymoon, anniversary, special occasion, whatever, and they will make sure that the hotel knows, so that if there is something the hotel can do, they will. And again, remember, they're all driven by those TripAdvisor reviews. So if they can do something for you, they will. And it might be something as simple as chocolate covered strawberries, something like that left in the room. I can taste those right now. They look delicious. Or some resorts, if you've got a nice bath in your room, you could ask if you've got a concierge or a butler, a butler specifically, that they would be able to run a bath for you. And that's just all part of the services that butlers can provide for you. So there's little things like that. Room service, you can order a couple glasses of champagne, that kind of thing. There are romantic dinners that, I don't remember the last time I was at a resort that, well, actually, no. The hotel that I stayed at in Spain was pretty basic. It's totally fine. cheap as chips, did the job, but I don't recall them offering any romantic dinners. I mean, possibly because the only restaurant that they had was a buffet, but most resorts do offer a romantic dinner that you can do. This would be something that you're going to pay extra for. Usually would include a bottle of wine or champagne or bubbles, as well as perhaps a set meal. And usually, with candles and stuff like that, and you'll be in a sort of secluded area. But sometimes, resorts, if they are not too busy, they will offer this to you. I mean, I remember out of the blue at Dreams, this is about a million years ago, before I really started doing a lot of videos and stuff like that. Because I do wonder, like, I don't want to give you this information that this is accessible for anybody if they have twigged that I'm doing videos of the resorts and they're giving me a candlelight dinner experience because they think I might reference it or video it, which is something that they wouldn't necessarily do for other people. So I try not to let them know ahead of time, most of the time, that that I'm going to be doing videos and stuff like that, because I don't want them to change my experience so that it's not the authentic experience that anybody else will get who books into that property. So that said, like I said, it was several years ago before I really started doing a ton of videos. It was Dreams Port Aventuras, or Dreams Aventuras Riviera Maya, as it's called now. And my husband and I went for dinner at one of the restaurants that we'd been to a few times. And when we walked in, it wasn't that busy, and the fellow at the maitre d' came up and said, "Oh, is it just the two of you?" "Yeah." And he said, "Would you like to do a romantic dinner?" And, and my husband was like, "No, no, no." And I'm like, yeah. Like, hello, come on. And I knew the way he had offered it, it wasn't an upcharge. And he basically walked us over to a table that was just outside of the restaurant on the beach, so right in the sand, and had candles and stuff like that. And it was a thing that they'd obviously set up. Maybe somebody had canceled. Maybe they wanted to just gift that, what do you call that, experience, so that other people would see it and then purchase it. I don't know, but it was really nice, and we just, we ate from the regular menu and everything, but it was candlelight, kind of romantic and stuff like that. Doesn't mean you can't ask, right? Again, the key message here is you don't ask, you don't get. So always ask for this stuff. You might get a bottle of wine in your room, or some sparkling wine, that kind of thing. There's just all kinds of things that the resorts can do, whether it's adding flowers to your room. You know, the easiest thing for them to do is a special plate of something, whether it's cheese and crackers or some chocolates or some cake is a very common one. This kind of stuff. It's all little extras that they can do. They're making the food anyways, right? So it's easy enough for them to do this special little thing, and it makes your experience that much better. So yeah, those are kind of my ideas for romantic things you can do at resorts. Um, but like I said, the biggest thing is just ask. So I don't know if you have any other thoughts on romantic things that you have done for little or no added cost. Jot it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. And I'm also curious, just to change subject a little bit, if you watched my video this past weekend, basically I was talking about the fact that, the whole battle has been waged forever of the, playing music by the pool or on the beach, people bringing their own speakers when the resort already has music at the properties. And over the years, like 10, 15 years ago, I remember that there were new jobs that we were seeing at different resorts where people were being hired as pool experience managers. What does that mean? Well, basically what they would do is they would keep an eye on the guests. They were, They weren't necessarily managing the towel situation where people were saving chairs with their towels, but they were mindful of the music that was being played and whether or not it was too loud or too quiet, too slow, too much, too specific. Some people love country music. I do not, really don't. Some people like sort of more Grateful Dead. You know, Gary, I know if you're watching, I know you love it. Not my cup of tea. Some people really love 80s music. My friend Gary, if you're watching, I know what you think about it. So, you know, and different crowds will come in, and I mean, even between your friends, you're going to have different musical tastes. And so when you're going to a resort, from one group to the next, it's going to change. And the pool experience manager's job was to make sure that the music had either enough variety or you know, either they gave it the variety so that everyone could get a song in that they enjoyed, or they found that there was a very specific taste for the majority of people at the pool, and that's the majority of the type of music that they played. So they were consciously trying to provide you the best musical experience and musical accompaniment to your pool experience, but then people started bringing their own speakers anyways. But the point of my video is that it's not stopping at the pool or the beach anymore. People, I mean, you've all been walking around Cancun or Playa del Carmen or Cabo or even downtown Vancouver and seen people have these things hooked on the back of their backpack and they're playing their own music. And now what we're seeing is people are starting to bring those things with them into resorts, like into the bar areas, into the restaurants. And I mean, I'm curious what you think of this. Like, should this be allowed or not? I mean, like I said, especially when you go back to, you know, Secrets at Gamal, where, you know, again, they've probably got some very specific music being played there in the spa for a very romantic experience. Probably, again, similarly, you know, quietish, maybe fun, but still on the quieter side of relaxing, you know, kind of music that you're going to find at, you know, Secrets at Gamal, for example. Doesn't mean to say they're not going to have pool aerobics and have some fun music going on in the main pool area, but they're also going to have a quiet pool area so that you can relax. And, you know, if they're paying that much to create those experiences and that's what you are expecting at the property, and then everybody else has got all their music going on, is that impacting your experience? And for the most part, so far, what I've seen is that at resorts, if people are bringing their music inside, bars or restaurants, that they're being asked to turn it off. And I don't have a problem with that. I would lean towards not having personal music playing in those public areas. Headphones, right? Those work just as well. But that's just me. So I don't know. I'm curious. What do you think? Should you be allowed to take your own music into bars and restaurants at the resorts? Or should they just put in a jukebox like they had a million years ago? And then everyone can take a turn picking the song that they want to hear. I don't know. Maybe that's a solution to it all, right? You know, you get up in the morning and you go online and you say, this is some of the songs I want to hear by the pool today. And it just all comes up randomly. Like maybe that solves it. And then you just say, no more speakers anywhere. I don't know. But let me know what you think. So coming up in the next couple of weeks, so in a week and a half, I'm going to be heading out to Cabo San Lucas. I'm going to be staying at the Rio Palace Cabo San Lucas to start, and then moving over to the Rio Palace Baja California. If you have any questions about these resorts, jot them in the comments below here, and if I know the answer, I'll let you know. But if not, or if there's any particular videos you want to see, let me know, because I'm going to be doing a whole bunch. You know, we've all heard about their different pool parties and stuff like that. They have 4 different parties that they do each each week. There's a jungle party during the day. There's a pink party during the day. There is a white party in the evening and a neon party in the evening. All of these different parties take place at the Party Hotel, which is the Rio Santa Fe. And then the Rio Cabo San Lucas is more upgraded. It's a Rio Palace, so it's upgraded. And then there's the Rio Palace, Baja California, which is, again, upgraded, but also adults only. And so it'll be interesting to see and compare these. I'll be doing buffet videos of all 3 of these properties so you can see what the buffets look like. Rios are renowned for having absolutely spectacular buffets. So many choices, something for everybody, whether you're vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, carnivore, or a flexitarian, right? Okay. Yeah, you know who you are. You people that sometimes eat meat, sometimes don't, sometimes eat seafood, sometimes don't, sometimes eat animal foods, other times are vegan. And that's okay. But there is something for everybody, as well as they're also very conscious of special diets and food allergies. So I'll show you what those buffets look like. I'm going to show you the different properties. And I am going to be going live twice. So again, sticking with our 10 a.m. Pacific, we are going to be live on the Wednesdays for that. And then because I'll be in destination, I will have a little bit extra of videos and stuff like that going on, including the room videos, as well as the buffets, overview of the resort, and then also videos showing you what these different parties are like. As well as, suggesting to you what the differences are in these different properties and why you might prefer one over the other. There are really spectacular pricings right now for those properties. So it'll be really interesting to share with you those experiences. Let me know what you want to see. Also, for channel members, if you're not a channel member, this is something that I would invite you to take a look at. It's not required at all. I'm still doing all my regular videos, but as a channel member, and specifically when I am in destination, you're going to see more behind the scenes stuff, as well as extra posts, extra pictures, just some of the day-to-day stuff that wouldn't necessarily be posted, so it'd be a little bit more casual and stuff like that. It might just be a picture of the pool or a picture of the drink of the day, but because we all love those. But it'll just be a little bit extra stuff. So Christine, I know you're a travel, and I'm not talking about myself. there is one of our YouTube channel subscribers. Her name is Christine, and she is a channel member. Thank you very much for that. So yeah, Christine, you're going to see a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, like I said, if you have any questions about Cabo or the area, I'm going to be going to some of my favorite bars. Mango Deck, Una Mas is my #1 favorite. Always go there. I love seeing Miguel, the bartender. And probably hop over to Slim's as well. Slim's, world's smallest bar. It literally can fit about 3 people inside of it. And it's just a fun place to go for a beer. Unfortunately, they don't sell Dos Equis. They only have, Tecate, I think, or Modelo. Not my favorites. But to go to the world's smallest bar, I will suffer through for you to show you what it's like. So thanks for tuning in today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. And if you hit the little bell beside the subscribe button, what that will do is that will send a notification to you so that you know when a new video has been posted. So with the different ones that I'm going to be posting for Cabo, you might find there's something that you didn't know that I'd be posting that is of interest to you, such as, seeing the marina area and the different shops and restaurants and bars, and, what it looks like, how safe it looks, how clean it looks. So I'm going to be showing you all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, if you have any questions or any videos that you want to see about Cabo, then just jot it in the comments below. And otherwise, we will see you next Wednesday. And thanks for tuning in today. So